when you think about that whole global moment here, this moment of deglobalization, this moment of financial crisis, and now this kind of tectonic global political economic crisis, whatever we think about it, I am persuaded that the interstate system, the international state system, was profoundly and irrevocably weakened and cheapened by the entire series of rogue interventions led by the United States in the post-war period. And even though I'm not always seeing eye to eye or thinking that certain arguments, there's a lot to be left desired, and how certain arguments are deployed to justify or not certain conflicts in the present moment,
yeah,
I am very persuaded that the general global feeling that the U.S. is not a credible or moral actor historically has fundamentally destroyed any U.S. administration's ability to pretend or in fact act with a moral intention in any conflict, if that makes sense.
And what the fuck do we do with that? You know what I mean? Like what knowing that and knowing that, you know, you can point to the whole record of U.S. intervention post 1945 is just like fucking insane imperialism in a lot of ways. I mean, the Vietnam War included, but so many others. I mean, Chomsky was a real educator for me about all of that. And you talk about the UN. You know, I've mentioned this before, but it was like literally like a DVD I got after 9/11 that was a lecture of Chomsky's in which he laid out all these things you're talking about with the UN, where he's which is crazy to me and blew my mind, in part because if you grow up listening to the right wing and you grow up listening to Rush Limbaugh and you grow up listening to the Republican Party, the UN is like this all-powerful new world order that wants to destroy American ability to act in the world, etc. You know what I mean? They're like a barrier to everything the United States want to do. I know you're laughing at that.
New World Order shit. Yeah.
Right, but you've heard that shit too, right? Which is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, wait a second. How can these attitudes exist on the same plane of reality? Because what Chomsky's laying out to me is just basically, I mean, he's not like reading this shit on black helicopter conspiracy websites. This is just the fact of, this is what happened. This is literally, here's
globalists in their drive for depopulation, signaled by the mountaintop in Georgia. You know, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I can hear it so well.
Alex Jones is a huge voice in that. I should have. I mean, it's funny that my reference was Rush Limbaugh, which is so fucking old now because we've had generations of this stuff, dude. I mean, all the way going back all the way to 1945 and like the John Birch Society and American conservatism has always been opposed to the international globalist, United Nations stuff. And yet at the same time, the reality, as I understand it, is something closer to what you and Chomsky are describing there, which is that the United Nations is an organization that could be a good organization, that could like be used to like produce, I think, progressive outcomes in the world, but has been sort of dominated by the United States